was just about, being honest with ourselves, whatever the case may be. So, I mean, as I'm picking up on stuff you're saying, it seemed like, you was like that fed up moment was just that be honest with yourself moment too.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't even really giving this shit real effort. Then the one time you did at the job, you sleeping overnight and all that, you see the results of it.
Yeah,
You
it's like, dog.
oh,
like,
hell no. Yeah,
no,
like this
like,
ain't that. But I feel like so many people nowadays, and in general, for I feel like people have things that they want to do, or they have things that they expect to get from the things that they're doing, but don't understand the real dedication and commitment that it takes. So you said you went in there 5 times and failed, really just basically shooting half-court shots.
Basically.
Like, I no preparation, no nothing. But once you started to respect the process, and you're like, damn, I actually got to apply myself, this is the result of it, or whatever the case may be. And it's like, just tying it full circle to how I feel like what I want people to understand is just really looking at it like, it really take a lot to be great at something. Even if you naturally great. I was having this conversation with my little cousin over here. Like, I feel like he naturally talented at stuff. But I'm like, if you look at somebody like Michael Vick, extremely talented. Somebody like Allen Iverson, extremely talented. Somebody like Pat Mahomes. I use Pat Mahomes because all 3 of them are naturally gifted.
Yeah.
But Pat Mahomes is a champion because he took that extra step to focusing on and getting better in preparation. Whereas though AI and Vic just kind of showed up as good as they were. Not saying they ain't practicing none of that, but they'll say it themselves that their preparation was just more on the fact that I just know I'm nice.
Yeah, and
You said something. You said something key, bro. You said something real key. Like, you can be naturally gifted and you can have a natural hustle, but to get to that next level, like I'm gonna keep it a beam with you. You make, $100,000 or a couple $100,000, you can hustle that.
Yeah, for sure.
But when you hit that million, like, that's when a little bit of strategy come in.
That's
like,
a fact.
Even when you want to go past that, it's like, all right, let's put everything on the table. Like, all right, how is this system going? What is this? You got to bring some team members. You got to bring some systems. Like, that's when it gets to the next level. And
systems and everything.
Yeah, systems and help. And you got to actually digest and dissect what is going on in your business. You feel what I'm saying? So, like, I think and this is just going a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right the road.
I feel like everybody business everybody business is a bucket. And, leads and money going into your bucket. But if you have a whole bunch of empty holes, the money's coming in, the leads is coming in, it's pouring right out. So I feel like you can get the 6 figures by just keep overloading water, and just hopefully more stay in than is coming out.
That's a fact.
But you're going to be on a hamster wheel. In order to get to like that 7-figure number and above, you need to, okay, let me stop for a second. Let me start corking in some of these holes. That way more money stay in. And then there you need another bucket because it's going to overflow and go into the next one. But like you said, a lot of people just naturally gifted, naturally got that hustle. But to get Mahomes get to that next level, he's like, okay, let me fill in these pieces.
Exactly.
So now I can actually be multiple championships and different things like that.
Yeah, and I was just saying that in regards to even like the current finals, like Luka. It's like Luka clearly is talented, he's clearly gifted, whatever. Gifted. But to me, my personal opinion is like, Luka, you got to get in better shape. Yeah. You got to be a little more committed on defense. You got to open up your offensive style to be like, all right, move off the ball, be able to move without the ball. Just doing it this way. You got to the finals, though. You did that far. But now to most likely win, you're going to have to take that extra leap. LeBron went through it. Jordan went through it. Everybody go through it. It's like, all right, my skill, my gift, my talent got me here. But now I have to go to that next level to unlock it, patch those holes in the bottom of that bucket. And all right, cool. This is how we're going to move more efficiently and strategically.
That's the biggest
and
thing.
I feel like that shit really do come from honest self-reflection. Because it's like, if you're not – see, there's a difference between knowing how to take criticism and then – accepting criticism. And I feel like you got to know when to do either or, right? Because I feel like some people always want to criticize you. So you don't always got to accept that. But you got to be able to take it in and dissect that, right? It's like, all right, everything somebody's saying about you negatively don't got to be true, but I try to figure out what is true, right? And I feel like that makes you better in every area. It can make you better. Your child mom can say something about you, and you might not like it, but some of it might be a little truth to it. Your girlfriend or your wife or whoever might say something, and 90% of it could be inaccurate, but that 10% could be the defining moment that sharpen you to make you better. And I feel like, but you got to be honest within yourself first, because the information it come to you first, and how you interpret it, and then what you decide to do with it. So I feel like in this refinement phase that I feel like we all have to go through. Every fucking year, though. I don't think it's like you could get to 7 figures, but you got to refine yourself to get to 8. You get to 8 figures, you got to refine yourself to get to 9. And going back to the whole teams and the systems part, I just feel like so many people think that they could do it alone because they're naturally talented.
You know what? So 2 things. you're never going to be a true entrepreneur. You're going to be a hustler, but you're never going to be a true entrepreneur until you sit back and look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm fucking up.
Yo, real shit.
You're never going to be a true entrepreneur until you say, like, I'm the reason why this shit not going to the next level. I'm fucking up. Other than that, you're just going to be hustling. Like, yo, man, it's your fault. We can fix it. We can, you know what I'm saying? But until you say, look, I'm fucking up. I need to fix this in the business. That's when you're an entrepreneur. That's when you're like a business owner. We're literally fixing problems in the business and not, like, I feel like a lot of people today that have LLCs and businesses, they're just hustling more than they losing. And they might lose 9 and make 10 and they're like, shit, I came home with something.
Yeah.
But when you actually have a business, you are like a real entrepreneur, you have a real business model and business plan, that's when you like, okay, all right, I lost 9, I came home, but I'm up 10, so I'm up 1. That's still a problem.
Yeah.
I need to bring my 9 down to 3.
Yo.
Now I'm up X.
Yeah, and to your point, because I give you credit because it sounded like you dropped out of school, or you didn't finish school rather, and then you had your fed up moment at that one job, and then you kind of just went off the run and you developed all this insight and perspective over time. But me and Wolf have had a conversation where I feel like, to your point, a lot of people LLC culture and business owner entrepreneur culture, and a lot of people have that hustler mentality or setbacks because a lot of people just also never had jobs. They never had professional. They never really been in like professional career systems to be able to take those notes and perspective. But all right, cool. Now I'm gonna go take that and go do this or that. But they know. But again, to their credit, to a certain degree, because they're gonna hustle and make it up with. But eventually, you kind of gotta sit down and really figure out how to run a business and how to do certain shit like that.
That's what I feel like I learned this time frame. Like, I want to say this year, within the last 365. Because for me, I've always been a hustler. Since a young nigga, I always, like, since forever, I've never had a job in life. So even when I used to hear people talk about, I was always good at building teams. But when people used to say the word system, for some reason, it came off complex to me. It came off like a fucking PlayStation or an Xbox when you crack it open and you see all these wires and what the fuck is a system, right? But it became simple to me. And I felt like the more I gained experience in business and the more I started to be intentional about learning business and not just knowing how to hustle and facilitate different deals and take my money and dip off and be on to the next retainer or on to the next, I'm like, all right, cool. Now in this particular frame is like, I went to Atlanta. We were just talking about this the other day at the event. I was like, you said, what did it do for me? And the reason it turned me up because I was asking people the same question. One of the things that helped me a lot, I asked everybody the same thing. And I don't know if I asked you, but I probably did. I was just like, yo, getting to where you at, did you foresee it or did you just put one foot in front of the other? And everybody was saying, no, I just put one foot in front of the other. For me, I needed to hear that because I kept trying to plan everything out, A to Z. So I'm like, all right, I'm not trying to just hustle. So I have to know everybody's like, nah, for real, I really just need to get to the next light, then the next light, then the next light. You look up, I'm 10 miles down, or then you look up, I'm a whole city over. So it's just about taking those steps. Then the second thing was just people saying fucking systems and teams. And I already understood the team part, but once I realized, okay, let me simplify it. McDonald's has a system. You got cashier, they read the orders off the prompter, they got a fucking assembly line for the burgers, they got fry guy, they got drive-through. That's their system, and they put that bitch in every location across the world. I started looking at business like that. I'm like, okay, well, what is the components to running this business? You need A, B, C, D, like a basketball team. You need a point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and center. Now, of course, with this new style of basketball, the position and the athleticism is changing. But the fact of the matter is, do you understand that the core fundamental values is you need these positions on the floor for this to work? Then you could get strategic, like how Phil Jackson did with the triangle offense, and you could start to create a system that's unstoppable. But understanding the base of what you need is how you can succeed. So yes, I always said like making 6 figures is just a standard. But when I'm like, I'm trying to get to that 7-8 figure mark, I'm not going to do it off of my own hustle. It has to be, it got to be a system.